Greetings everyone, Zannrath here, and again, this video also had some issues in the original recording with the audio, so once again, re-recording this audio, watching the video again. So this is the last of the heroic encounters in the Plague Quarter, Heroic Loatheb, and this warrior deck is basically specialized in dealing 1 damage, taking out those spores, buffing your minions, and smashing face. So here I have a couple good starting cards. I'm going to keep the Shield Bearer so I can soak up a couple of attacks from the Fen Creeper, just to try to stave off some of that early game pressure, because he puts out a lot of damage up front. Nerubian Egg is going to come up next, I believe on turn 2. Just so that turn 3 I can control Taskmaster, take out the Spore, you send the egg into the Fen Creeper, and get the 4/4 as well. So everything going just like I had originally planned out when I saw I had those cards. It's going to take out the Shield Bearer, but that's okay. It took up 1 hit, so it did its job. And here we go. We're going to cruel Taskmaster one of the spores, send in the egg, and that's our turn. So fairly slow start for him so far, and that's good. That's been pretty lucky. Usually he puts out so much damage, and this is also pretty fortunate. He's been spending a lot of his cards putting out these spores, so that's really nice. Not just putting out other minions and just going for face. So I think what I do is I throw out the Frothing Berserker, just because it's gonna be able to buff up when other minions take damage. And this was really unexpected. The Poison Seeds, didn't know he had that in his deck, or at least didn't remember. So that was really unfortunate because I took out a spore, and unfortunately the other spore didn't buff these Trents. I don't know, whatever they are. So I throw out the Raging Worgen, take out the one guy. And so here he throws out another Fen Creeper. That's really unfortunate because I won't be able to take it out. So I was planning to play Tazdingo, but I get a cool Taskmaster. So I'm just going to Taskmaster my own Worgen. That lets me take him out. Take out his Fen Creeper, that is. And get a little bit of damage into his face. I think I'm going to go ahead and shield block because it's really important to keep your health up, keep that armor up. Because he gets 3 damage each turn for free, so yeah, right here he starts flooding the board, and this is really difficult for me because I don't have a good way to clear. I have to send both my minions in to take out his one taunt, his ghoul, and that's basically going to enrage, or not enrage, but beef up his ghoul. So that's pretty bad for me. So I'm just going to shield block, draw a card, and I believe I throw out the Shield Bearer and Armani because I want to get some minions out in case he what's it called? He throws out the spores, so I can get more minions with the buffs. So I send the 1 in, take the 1 damage, and just leave it because I don't want to have things die. But unfortunately, he deals 1 damage to everything. But that's okay because that leaves my Berserker enraged. I guess it's kind of okay. But he's flooding the board now, so that's not great. That's not cool. I think I have to take out the taunt, which unfortunately pops the spore. And go ahead and Mogushan to get a taunt up because I need to be able to protect myself. I armor up just because, like I said, it's really important to have the health going. And that ghoul is just big enough to take out my Mogushan, so I have to take it out. So at this point, I think he has to send all 3. Yeah, he has to send all 3 minions into my 1 taunt, so that kind of staves off some damage. Things are getting really dire now. Running low on cards, my health is really low, no more armored cards. He has basically full health and a board, so I'm really far behind. Of course, I'm going to armor up because gotta do that basically every turn now. 2 of his cards have to go into his Sengen, or into my Sengen, so that was nice. So this is pretty fortunate for me. I can take out 2 of his cards with that Worgen. And actually I can clear his board because of the unstable ghoul. And that's what I do. So I think I just armor up, throw everything out because I basically have to. I lead with the Berserker because I want to get enraged, just get some extra damage out as much as I can, and the Gargoyle doesn't really matter because it'll heal next turn anyways. So basically now I'm limited to 3 turns because I armor up each turn. He does 3 damage, so I take 1 damage each turn. So things are really, really dire because I have to wait in basically 2 more turns or else I lose. So there we go. We pop one of the spores, get things buffed up. Um, Fortunately, he didn't go for the Warsong Commander because now I have a couple of minions that are going to be coming out that can buff, or not buff, but can charge. And so, very fortunately, I get the Armorsmith. That is basically going to give me, I think, maybe one extra turn or something like that, just because now you'll see that he'll faceless my minion. I'm going to trade one of my minions. I think I trade the No, I trade the. Okay, so I drew a Senjin and I send that in because that's exactly 3 attack to it. His Warsong Commander's 3 attack. That gives me the 1 armor that I need to live this 1 turn. Otherwise, if I didn't have that Armorsmith, um, I would have had 2 armor, 1 health. He would have beaten me, and I would have been sad. But fortunately, the top decks, I live 1 more turn, send in the Gargoyle, finish him off, and that's GG. And that was a very intense game. Came down to the top decks, but it was really fun. I say that hesitantly because it was definitely very nerve wracking at the end, and I was very fortunate to get the top decks that I did. So all right, here's the deck. Basically, a bunch of cards to deal 1 damage. Take out those spores. You have some taunts like the shield bearer and all that stuff, just to give yourself some extra damage, soaking ability. And of course, you have a bunch of other cards with low attack that kind of synergize with the Warsong Commander. It's kind of a chargy kind of deck. Um, and things like Frothing, Armani, and Worgen to get enraged and push out a little bit more damage because a lot of damage is going to be flying around, like 1 point of damage with like whirlwinds and unstable ghouls and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a really fun match. I really enjoyed it. I really like that boss and the mechanics. And thanks for watching.